Okay, let's start with our session today. Om Ajnana-Timirandasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Uttapadagamanam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagan Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Cha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धु भैरव च पतितानां भावनेभ्यो वैष्णवो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So welcome to corporate Bhagavad Gita. We are reading Bhagavad Gita for more than a year, and we have reached the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. So first we'll see why what was the purpose of the 5th chapter. Arjuna is kind of confused from what all was talked in 4th chapter. So we'll see his confusion. So he asked similar question which he asked in 3rd chapter. In 3rd chapter also he asked a particular question. And here also he asks a very similar question. In 3rd chapter he asked, if you think intelligence is better, then why are you telling me to do fruitive work? Because he says, if you want me to take part in this war, which is like a fruitive work, then that you say is lesser intelligence, while greater intelligence says that we should give up this kind of ghastly activity. Okay, that was the question. Third chapter. For that, Krishna explained that here our intelligence should be equipped with knowledge of what is karma, what is akarma, how things work in this world. um, you know when one takes to the when one learns from a spiritual master how he conducts himself, and that way one should perform his work, because if one performs his work out of duty in a detached manner, then that is also liberation. There is no reaction out of it. So that was our discussion from the 4th chapter. Now in the 5th chapter, Arjuna is understanding one thing. What is understanding is that all kinds of sacrificial work culminate in knowledge. Krishna glorifies knowledge and speaks of action in action, in action in action. He glorifies jnana and renunciation. So 4.41, he glorifies jnana and renunciation. So we'll just go there, 4.41, to see what exactly was said. One who acts in devotional service, renouncing the fruits of his actions, and whose doubts have been destroyed by transcendental knowledge, is situated factually in the self. Thus, he is not bound by the reaction of work, O conquerors of riches. So this particular word that is used, renounce, that is confusing Arjuna. Because in 4.42, the very next verse, he says you fight. Okay, so there is renounce. Renounce means to give up. Okay. Now Arjuna thought You're one time you're telling to renounce, that is to give up, and then you're telling me to fight. That is his confusion. Therefore, the doubt which have been arisen in your heart should be slashed with a weapon of knowledge. Armed with yoga, Bharata, stand and fight. So these two things are conflicting in Arjuna's mind. That you told me to renounce, and at the same time you're telling me to stand and fight. So what does Arjuna think? His understanding is that renunciation in knowledge involves cessation of all kinds of work performed as sense activity. If one performs work in devotional service, as Krishna suggests, then how is work stopped? Work and renunciation appear to be incompatible to Arjuna at this point. Understanding what Arjuna lacks. Work in full knowledge is non-reactive and therefore same as inaction. Okay. So, is this clear in your mind that Arjuna's confusion? Krishna is saying renounce, give up, and at the same time he's saying fight also. So how can we give up and fight at the same time? Do you have any answer for that?
That is a doubt even I have, Prabhuji.
Okay, good. So we are entering the right chapter. Yeah.
Maybe it's renunciation of the fruits that we expect and fight as in like we just do our duty, like focusing on that.
Yes. Yes, that is part of the answer. Um, that is also part of the answer. We will see. We'll see what Krishna explains. Just let me check my notes. So, summary. Yeah, what you are saying is right. That's what is discussed. And then the focus is the Supreme Lord. So if one offers everything to the Supreme Lord, then it is liberation, it is an action, everything. Okay, so that's the answer. Somehow in the purports, before purports, Prabhupada gives us the answer. So that's why we know the answer. Otherwise, um, the fifth chapter is important to read. So let's get into the fifth chapter. संन्यासं कर अर्जुन उवाच संन्यासं कर्मणं कृष्ण पुनर्योगं संशसि ये श्रेय इतयोरेकं तन्मे ब्रूहि सुनिश्चितम्. Arjuna said, "Oh Krishna, first of all, you asked me to renounce work, and then again you recommend work with devotion. Now, will you kindly tell me definitely which of the two is more beneficial? Which is more beneficial according to you? Renounce the work or do the work with devotion?"
Do the work with devotion, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay, okay, yeah, that's the answer. We'll see how Krishna confirms that. There is some details he gives. In the fifth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord says that work in devotion service is better than dry mental speculation. Devotion service is easier than the latter because being transcendental in nature, it frees one from reaction. The second chapter, preliminary knowledge of the soul and its entanglement in the material body were explained. How to get out of this material engagement by Buddhi Yoga or devotion service is also explained therein. In the third chapter, it was explained that the person who is situated on the platform of knowledge no longer has any duties to perform. In the fourth chapter, the Lord told Arjuna that all kinds of sacrificial work culminate in knowledge. However, at the end of the fourth chapter, the Lord advised Arjuna to wake up and fight, being situated in perfect knowledge. Therefore, by simultaneously stressing the importance of both work in devotion and inaction in knowledge, Krishna has perplexed Arjuna and confused his determination. So, one who gets in knowledge, right, he doesn't do anything. So, Arjuna is saying, okay, if I don't do anything, then I should not fight. But Krishna is telling him, stand up and fight. So, it has confused him. Arjuna understands that renunciation in knowledge requires cessation of all kinds of work performed as sense activities. But if one performs work in devotion service, then how is work stopped? In other words, he thinks that sannyas or renunciation in knowledge should altogether be free from all kinds of activities, because work and renunciation appear to him to be incompatible. He appears not to have understood that work in full knowledge is non-reactive and therefore the same as inaction. He inquires therefore whether he should cease work altogether or work with full knowledge. Can you give me example that if you do work in full knowledge, it is non-reactive, meaning you won't get any reaction? We have discussed that example many times.
Devotional service, Prabhuji. Devotional service, when devotional service
No,
is
devotional
done.
service is fine, Mataji.
Okay.
Example of the soldier. What I usually tell about the soldier.
Yes, you
Prabhuji,
say that soldier, when he is on the battlefield, he works for the government. He works according to the instructions of the government. So he does not, attract any sins. But the same soldier, if he goes to his native place and kills someone with the same weapon, he is jailed for it.
Yeah. So when he does that activity in knowledge means under the bona fide authority. Okay. Being understanding that he is not the doer for lok sangraha, then that work is non-reactive. There's no reaction for that work. But the moment he kills it for his own selfish motive, like killing his neighbor or something, then it is not inaction, but it is action, and therefore one has to be liable for that. Okay. So this is the simple way Krishna is going to explain it in this chapter. Let's see. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Sannyasa Karma Yogasya Nishrayas Karava Ubhav Tasya tu karma sannyasat karma yoga vishishyate. First I got it right. The renunciation of work and work in devotion are both good for liberation. But of the two, work in devotion service is better than renunciation of work. So your answer was right. Work in devotion service better than the renunciation of work. How? Krishna will explain. But here Acharya is also explaining now.
Prabhuji, I have one question here.
Okay.
Prabhuji, actually, Prabhuji, Lord Krishna says that by devotional service, if you do the work, you will be getting liberated. But we have to do the duty and all those things. So, Prabhuji, every day getting up and then sending children to the school, all those things, etc. Work. So, how come we can bring that into devotional service?
How to get that into devotional service?
Yes.
So our
Suppose,
so
yes, Prabhuji.
those are everyday activities, Mataji.
Yeah, everyday activities does that come into devotional service or not?
Yes.
That also comes
When
under
a
devotional service.
devotee, yeah. So when a devotee does his activities, duties, he's ultimately doing it for Krishna, right?
Hmm.
He's
But
not
if he
doing
thinks
it.
about Krishna, or if he doesn't think about Krishna,
Um. So if he's thinking about Krishna, then he will do those activities in such a way that he's balancing his spiritual and material life.
hmm.
Okay, and then these are nitya activities, everyday activities. He does it in a detached way, and at the same time, he does it as a duty, because these are his duty. He doesn't have. He cannot give it up.
Hmm. Yes.
Um, how they are devotional service?
So that doesn't
Uh,
come under devotional service, no, Prabhuji?
No, all our activities, devotees' activities, right? When it is done, uh, when a devotee does his activities right, then all of them come under devotion service. With
Okay.
what purpose he's doing it, all that.
Hmm.
So with all in our whole relationship with our family members and all that, if Krishna is the center, meaning the devotee has made Krishna the center, and
Hmm.
he is making sure that the family members, everyone is attached to Krishna.
Oh, then only.
Yeah, yes.
Otherwise, it's not a devotional service.
Yeah, that is right.
Because supposing a lady of the house, she has to get up in the morning and then do cooking, this thing, everything, sending the school children to school, husband to school, mother-in-law, in-laws, everybody. So many things are there in her this thing, but she won't be able to think about Krishna.
No, no, the thing is, Mataji, all
Mm.
activities, right? Like
Mm.
one of the most engaging activity at home is
Mm.
cooking.
Yes.
So if cooking is done and offered to Krishna, then definitely that whole cooking becomes devotion, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
If she
that is,
offers, if that lady of the house offers,
yeah, yes, yes. If she offers.
and if
Now
she doesn't,
in
that is not a devotional service.
the thing is circumstances, Mataji.
Okay.
She may be a devotee and due to some circumstances cannot offer or something. She can
Mm-hmm.
still offer in the mind.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Or
Okay.
she can offer
Okay.
that part of the food which can be offered.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So in
So
mind we can do.
yes, but not always, Mataji. We should always try to follow, what the acharyas have said to place a plate of bhoga in front of the Lord. That is there. Now, what situation I'm telling is when sometimes family members are not supportive,
Yes.
or when the situation itself is not very supportive.
Mm.
Still, one should try to remember Krishna because Krishna is
Mm.
not like he will say, "Oh, you didn't follow the rules, so I'm not going to reciprocate." No, he's not like that. Na? He's
Mm.
bhava grahi Janardhan.
Mm.
Bhavagrahi means he looks at the
Condition.
bhava. No, he looks at the bhava. Bhava means
Okay.
uh, the internal mood of the person.
Mm.
If
Okay.
that is right, then he will accept.
Mm. Mm.
See, children, right?
Mm.
Children, they always look at the internal mood of the parent.
Mm.
So if the parent uses some bad words also for them, like saying you rascal or something,
Mm.
but the child he understands that actually they are happy with me.
Mm. Mm.
You see, if
Correct.
you say to a
Correct.
baby or a toddler, you know, you bad boy, the boy is not like, very hurt by that.
Mm.
What he sees the internal mood.
Mm.
Same thing, right? The child also sees the internal mood of the parent. And
Yes.
sometimes the parent also see the internal mood of the child.
Mm.
So similarly, this whole thing is done by Krishna also. So he looks at the internal mood of the person.
Mm.
So like Putana, Putana came to kill Krishna, but
Krishna.
her mood was I want to give my milk.
Mm.
So he took it. Oh, she wants to be like my mother. So he killed
She
her.
was liberated.
Yeah, but she was liberated also.
Mm.
So Krishna
Yes.
looks at the mood, um, and we have to have that internal mood that is there.
Mm.
Plus, we have to follow what the Pancharatra system is saying in offering the
Mm.
food and all that, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Only in rare
Yes.
cases, we may when we are not able to do and all that, then we have to offer it. See, anyway, we have to offer it in our mind also.
Mm.
When we are saying the praise and all, our mind is having that consciousness that Krishna, please accept this simple offering.
Mm.
So our mind should be involved, na, anyway.
Yes, Prabhu.
So if the external thing is not there, then the mind thing should always be there.
Mm.
Okay.
Is it can we use the word awareness over here
More than
instead of
awareness,
the internal mood?
more than awareness, I would say the emotion. Okay, the emotion, the internal desire, the motivation,
Realization.
the motivation.
Okay, okay.
See, um, um, it is see any person coming to us also we want to understand the motivation of that person, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, without the motivation, right, we don't know whether to accept or not. So um So there can be two friends. One friend is also offering us food, and another friend is also offering us food. Which one are we are going to pick up?
One who will give, I mean,
One who is
one who will
loving
give
us,
us
right?
food with
One who
love,
is, yeah, one who
with
Yeah.
is
love,
doing it with
With
love.
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 And he has proven that he's our well wisher,
Hmm.
like that. So better than awareness is the motivation. What is the purpose of your doing? It's like that. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, Hare
Hmm.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, sometimes early mornings, no, we don't find time to like properly sit and offer like breakfast and all. If we offer it mentally also, then also it is considered as prasadam,
Um. See, if you can
because
cook,
it
na,
takes at
then
least 10 minutes, no, Prabhuji, 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes kids start getting, I mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they start
So
rushing
what we
out.
can do is,
So,
uh, we can keep the plate to offer it to Krishna,
mm,
okay, and then
mm,
immediately offer it to the children.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
mantras and all we chant, no, Prabhuji, three times, like all the three mantras.
do it fast.
So that,
Do it
okay,
fast. Do it fast.
okay,
The
okay.
thing is, if we try to find some loopholes in the process, na,
Uh,
we
uh,
may really dilute it.
okay.
So don't take it for too much granted, in the mind and all that.
Mornings, no, usually
I
sometimes it's
understand.
like
I understand.
very,
It happens at my home
yeah.
also. So I say, if once you keep the plate in front of Krishna, say the prayers fast, then you can immediately offer it. I mean, immediately, give it to children.
But that
Mm.
prasadam has to be mixed with
No, no,
the
there is
other.
nothing like that, Mataji.
Nothing like that. Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Krishna eats means he eats through his eyes.
Okay, okay. Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Thank
yeah.
you.
There is nothing like mixing and all that. Then it becomes mixed. No, that is our material understanding. It's a spiritual food, na Mataji. So material things don't uh, what they don't apply here. Like Krishna ate only one grain from the pot of Draupadi, right?
Sudama, yeah.
But how many disciples of Durvasa Muni felt like they have eaten food?
Hundreds.
So many of
I think
them.
70,000, something like that.
Yeah.
Thousands, Prabhuji. It was in thousands
70,000
only.
something.
Thou- Thousand.
So, so now did he mix that prasadam, or he didn't even give prasadam, but Krishna desired that,
Hmm.
like that. So we should be sincere in our in following the rules and regulations. Okay,
Hmm.
Mm.
okay,
Okay, Prabhuji.
yeah. Um, mind thing is like, suppose we are traveling in a train or something, and then some food we buy or something. Then in the mind is fine. Okay, some fruits or all things that we buy. Then
But
again,
sometimes it happens so, Prabhuji, we are not able to take bath.
yeah, in
Uh,
all that circumstances, Mataji. Yeah,
so we can offer like that only, Prabhuji.
yeah, we can offer. No, in the offer in the mind,
Hmm.
offer in the mind,
Okay.
chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, offer in the mind, and then accept it.
Okay.
Hmm? Okay,
Yes.
so we'll move forward. Fruitive activities seeking sense gratification are the cause of material bondage. As long as one is engaged in activities aiming to improve the standard of bodily comfort, one is sure to transmigrate to different types of bodies, thereby continuing material bondage perpetually. If you look for sense gratification, no, then there is always some bondage. So Srimad Bhagavatam, fifth canto, fifth chapter, 4 to 6 verse. These all they say that people are mad after sense gratification. They do not know that this present body, which is full of misery, is the result of one's fruitive activities in the past. Although this body is temporary, it is always giving one trouble in many ways. Therefore, to act for sense gratification is not good. One considered to be failure in life as long as he make no inquiry about his real identity. As long as he does not know his real identity, he has to work for the fruitive activity results of the sense gratification. As long as one is engrossed in the consciousness of sense gratification, one has to transmigrate from one body to another. Although the mind may be engrossed in fruitive activities and influenced by ignorance, one must develop a love for devotional service to Vasudeva. Only then can one have opportunity to get out of the bondage of material existence. So this last line is very important. Our mind may be engaged in some fruitive activity. Okay, it could be engaged, influenced by ignorance, because we are not pure yet. But still, if we have that desire of devotional service to Vasudev, that is Krishna, then there is an opportunity to get out of bondage of the material existence. Okay.
Because while chanting, always our mind goes from here to
Yeah. So I'll tell
just
you a
like.
very nice story which happened in Udupi.
Hmm.
I think his name was Kanakdas.
Hmm.
So in Udupi, it's a very small temple where Udupi Krishna is there. And
Prabhuji.
once what happened is there was this devotee named Kanakdas, and he was on the back side of the temple, and in the wall he saw that there's a hole. So through that hole he kept looking, and he could see the form of the Lord. And Krishna is on the other side. Okay, his back was actually he could only see the back of Krishna, Udupi Krishna. So he had darshan of the Lord like this, through that small hole he would see, and that's it. And then they used to offer, rice to Udupi Krishna, and then that rice water used to come out from the temple room. So what he used to do is he used to collect that water, and in his mind he used to offer it to the Lord and drink it. So once what happened is he kept looking through that hole again and again and again and again. And then one fine morning, when he looked at it, he saw that Krishna had turned completely. And now he could see his face also. And then the pujari came and he saw that Krishna has turned. And they started wondering why he has turned on its own. And then they looked in that direction, they saw that hole, and from that hole they could see Kanakadas. So,
He was a Sudra, no, Prabhuji?
yeah.
He was a
Yeah,
Sudra, so
whatever, he was maybe not allowed or allowed. I
he
don't
was not
fully
allowed
remember.
inside the
Yeah,
temple.
I don't fully remember that story. But the
Yes,
thing is
Prabhuji, he
like
was
this.
not allowed inside the temple, and then that is why he was always sitting outside, and then he used to see through that hole,
Yeah.
and then every
So from
day
that
he
day,
used to come
Krishna is like, watching through that. And they
turned
created
inside.
like they made a door
Window.
there, Kanakdas door
Yeah.
is there.
Yes.
And they
We have
still
to
have
see through.
not turned Krishna. So if you go
Mm,
inside the temple room, Krishna has already been turned like this, and
turned,
one has
yeah.
to take darshan through that window.
Window only, yeah. We have to
Yeah.
see through that hole only.
Huh. So my point of mentioning is,
Now, there,
yeah, you were asking about this, rules, regulation, this, that. You can see Kanakdas devotion was, love for Krishna was so intense that the Lord could sense that. Okay. So similarly, we should also have that intensity in our heart. Okay. That is more important than anything else. See, there are brahmanas, there are sannyasis who would offer to the Lord, and they are practicing the whole day. They are perfect in their tantras and mudras and rules and regulations. But the Lord liked what Kanak Das is doing because he had the love. Now, interestingly, when they came to know that Kanak Das is, when they came to know that Kanak Das is, drinking that rice water, they started offering the Lord also the rice water. So from that day, Udupi Krishna is getting rice water also. Why? Because Kanak Das. But there are other stories also of Kanak Das. But yeah, the point is that the love should be there. Hmm? Love should be there. That is more important. Okay, we'll move forward. Therefore, jnana or knowledge, that which is not, so jnana or knowledge that one is not this material body but spirit soul is not sufficient for liberation. One has to act in the status of spirit soul. What does this mean? This statement means one has to act in the status of spirit soul. What does it mean to you? Or it is very confusing statement?
Prabhuji, does it mean that we should always understand that we are not the body but spirit soul? One has
Yes,
to
it
act
means
in the
that, but it is
status
not a
means.
sufficient understanding. There is something
Okay.
more to that.
Is it because of the super soul who says that to the spirit soul that you have to do like this, all the works which I am instructing, you should not be on your own?
No, no, no. The spirit soul belongs to whom?
To our to us, to the living entities, and that is a part and parcel of Lord
Yeah, so it is part and parcel of the Lord, right? So it belongs to Krishna.
Krishna.
So I will put this statement in a different context. You try to deduce the meaning. Hmm.
Since we are all part and parcel of the Lord,
Hmm.
uh,
How to act
so this,
on that platform? How to act on that platform?
When we have to serve the Lord, because
by devotional
it is the
service,
only
by devotional
Yes.
service.
serving the Lord will justify that.
Yes. Exactly. The example I was trying to give was, suppose there is a son. There is a son, and he has mother and father. Now, just knowing that I am son of these parents is not enough. One has to act on the status of that son. That means one has to serve the father and mother, right?
Like the Father, yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So if we find in today's world, sometimes some children they don't serve their father mother. So what do we say? What kind of dash you are?
He is useless.
No, what kind of
What kind
son
of
you are,
son
right?
you are?
What
Correct.
kind of
It
son
is
you
not
are?
Son
fit
you.
for. It is
Yeah.
not fit.
So similarly, Krishna is also saying the same thing. They are part and parcel of mind. Now what? Now they have to act on the status of spirit soul.
Mm. Unless and until they do devotional service, I will not accept them.
No, no. Krishna accepts.
Accept sir without
See, even
devotional
if
service.
they may be atheists, they may
It
be
is not
rakshasas and
justified. It
demons
means
and
that
all, Krishna still take care. Like Prahlad
Yeah,
Maharaj
he
is
still
telling to
takes
him.
care. He still takes care. But only thing they are not liberated. They have to take birth again and again and again and again till they accept him as a god, and then they do the devotional service and all those things.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I think Prabhupada will explain this point to how to act on the status of spirit soul. But yeah. But whatever you said is right. When we act on the spirit soul is Jivara Swarup Hoye Krishnera Nityadas. That is, I am eternal servant of Krishna. That is the status of the spirit soul. Like on WhatsApp, we have so many status now. So spirit soul status is what? I am
Jivara
servant
Swarupa
of
Hai
Krishna.
Nityara Krishna
I
Das.
am servant of Krishna.
Mhm.
Okay. Action in Krishna consciousness is not, however, action on the fruitive platform. See, we can understand this statement right now that we talked about servant and soul,
Mm.
right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
If the son serves the parent on a fruitive platform, what does it mean?
It means he's expecting something from
Yeah,
them in return.
yes. So is that good or not? That is not that good, right?
It is not, it is
It
not
should be
good.
it should be selfless.
Mm.
It should have been no motivation, unmotivated, unadulterated, uninterrupted. Then it is very much appreciated, right?
That is what Kunti Maharani also told the Prabhuji that as much you can give me so much of trouble, I would like to accept it because I will be always thinking about you only. My whole mind will be in your this thing. So please give me
See,
more
one
and
thing
more.
she had in advantage.
Yeah.
Whenever she was in difficulty, Krishna would come to her.
Come her, yeah.
Yeah, if
She'll
she was
always think
thinking
about
about Krishna, that is there,
it.
but she had Krishna also personally coming to her.
Comes, yeah.
So,
Because she
so
was the
she said that, okay, you will keep coming to me, so let there be more difficulties.
mm, yes.
Because I know that after the difficulty, you will be there.
Hmm.
So she always wanted Krishna to be there. And those prayers she said when Krishna was leaving from
Dwarka. To
Dwarka,
Dwaraka.
no,
To
leaving from Mathura to Dwarka,
Hastinapur.
no,
Hastinapur
Hastinapur to
to
Dwarka.
Dwaraka.
So
Back
when
to
he was
Dwarka. Yes,
leaving, she was thinking, when will Krishna come back again?
Mm.
So she thought, all these difficulties keep coming and then Krishna immediately comes. So let these difficulties come, then Krishna will definitely come.
Mm. Mhm.
So this was her thought process. But anyway, we have to remember Krishna in our difficulties. Hmm. But at our level, right? We may not pray that, oh God, let all the difficulties come, keep again coming, because
yes,
we are not
Prabhuji.
at her
Already
level.
life is full of difficulties.
Yeah, and we are not able to take
Yes,
that much also.
yes, Prabhuji.
We are not able to take that much also. Like she went through so much of things. She didn't accuse Krishna. See, Gandhari accused Krishna, right? She actually cursed him. When she lost
Yes.
100 sons, she cursed him.
Hmm.
And here, um, what Kunti, she also lost, na? Her 5 grandsons she lost. And
And Abhimanyu also.
Abhimanyu
And
she
Abhimanyu.
lost, sixth grandson. Hmm? Then she lost so many of them. So many she lost.
Ghatotkacha also, Prabhuji.
So
Ghatotkacha, many
Gatoska
of
and
them,
all
all
that.
her grandsons.
All grandsons she lost actually. This only
all
Yes.
thing she
grandsons.
had was great grandson.
Only Parikshit Maharaj was
Great
Only
Parikshit
great grandson,
Maharaj.
right?
in the
But did
womb.
she curse Krishna?
No.
No,
No,
no, Prabhuji.
right? So yeah, that is the. So yeah, therefore she could pray, that let there be difficulties.
Even Karna also she lost, no? Son.
Karna she lost
Parikshit.
is fine. Yes, well, the point is like that she didn't curse Krishna, but
Hmm.
Gandhari cursed Krishna, right?
Yeah, Gandhari cursed Krishna.
So
But that will
with
not
one
affect
with
him.
one
No.
set
He's
of difficulties, Gandhari, even though Krishna is in front of her, met her, talked with her,
hmm.
still she couldn't take it.
Hmm.
You understand? See what the
Yes.
point I'm trying to say is, we may not have the capacity to take so many difficulties.
Hmm.
Kunti Maharani may have that. Therefore, her prayer is great. At the same time, can we pray the same thing? I would doubt it. I would say
Yes,
I
No,
would
Prabhuji.
say yeah.
No, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I
No,
would
no,
I would
we
say,
can't do that.
you come to the pure devotee platform first. Then as a pure devotee, we can tolerate a lot of things. And right now we are in a conditioned platform. A little bit of pain in the body is enough for us. To make us ask this question, why Krishna is doing like this to me.
Sometimes he tests us like anything, Prabhuji.
Test, see, that's what we keep thinking. He's testing. Kunti Manani didn't even think like that he's testing.
Hmm.
What did Kunti Maharani say? I don't care whether he tests or doesn't test or something like that. You know, let it come. Then Krishna will come and save me. So her surrender was very high.
But she is not a conditioned soul, no,
Yeah,
Prabhuji,
yeah,
like
she is
that.
not a conditioned soul. She is pure devotee of Krishna. Okay, okay. Sometime later, again, this talk will come. We'll discuss it. But yeah, action on fruity platform means it is selfish model. So activities performed with full consciousness strengthens one advancement in real knowledge. Without Krishna consciousness, mere renunciation of fruitive activities does not actually purify the heart of the conditioned soul. As long as the heart is not purified, one has to work on the fruitive platforms. But action in Krishna consciousness automatically helps one to escape the result of the fruitive actions, so that one need not descend to the material platform. Therefore, action in Krishna consciousness is always superior to renunciation, which always entails a risk of falling. See, renunciation, there's a risk of falling. Why? Because it is not directed towards Krishna. Renunciation without Krishna consciousness is incomplete. This is confirmed in Rupa Goswami Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1 to 258. When persons eager to achieve liberation renounce things related to Supreme Personal Godhead, thinking them to be material, their renunciation is all incomplete. See, if he thinks that all what he's renouncing is material, then the renunciation is incomplete. What does this mean? I'll give you example. Suppose there's a person and he's walking on the street and he looks at a bridge. There's a bridge on the river, huge bridge. Huh? And then he prays to Krishna. Krishna, I renounce this bridge. Take it. Does that make sense?
No, Prabhuji.
Why?
Then how will he cross the
No.
river?
No. He says, I renounce the bridge.
No.
Krishna,
that
take
is
it.
not.
What is he trying to say?
Actually,
Krishna,
I feel that it has been constructed by somebody else.
By using
That you take
material
it,
things, so I will not use it.
use it.
okay. And second thing, he thinks that this is mine. Therefore, I have the ability to renounce it. See, you renounce what? What is yours,
What we
right?
have.
Yeah. So does
What
that bridge
we
belong
have.
to him?
No.
So how can he say
Then
that
how can you?
I renounce the bridge,
Hmm.
Krishna, take it? So,
That's not.
so thinking for first thing, whether those things belong to me. Second is whether that thing is material. Material means if it's like a place of enjoyment. That bridge. I mean, I took that bridge example, but anything you can take. The possessions one may have. That this is mine, me and mine. So when one that concept is there, this is me and mine, then that renunciation is incomplete. The reason is it is never me and mine. It is never mine. See, all this possessions we may have, property, flat, car, this, etc. Are they yours? In true sense, are they
No,
yours?
Prabhuji. No. They
It
have
is
been
not
given
ours.
to us. They have
Yeah.
been given to
And are we
us
going
Everything
to
by the
keep it
belongs
Lord.
to
for
Krishna.
eternity? Are we going to keep it for ever, all times to come?
No, Prabhuji, it is not ours.
No,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
This all
Yes.
belongs to the whole
We will
whole
just use them for
universe.
some
Yeah.
time
So it is
Yeah,
in
just
care
some
of.
year.
So whatever we have is in care of. So originally this whole thing belongs to then whom?
Krishna.
to the
Yeah.
Lord.
So now the question is, we should see all these things in connection with Krishna.
Mm.
So when we see everything in connection with Krishna, is it material or spiritual? It is spiritual.
It is spiritual.
Yeah.
Spiritual.
So that's what Rupa Goswami is saying, that when we think material, we are thinking to be separate from Krishna. And therefore our renunciation is incomplete.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm.
Renunciation is complete when it is in knowledge that everything in existence belongs to the Lord and that no one should claim proprietor over anything. Got it?
But Prabhuji, when somebody asks about where are you staying, so we have to tell them that we are staying in this house. No, we can't say that we are staying in Krishna's house like that. Please
Yes,
come
that
to
is
my
fine.
house only. We say no, Prabhuji.
We do say my house and all that.
Mm.
My house, my car, my husband, my wife.
Mm.
But internally, we should have this feeling that actually they belong to Krishna.
Oh, okay. Like that we have to think and that's it. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like,
Mm.
um, a girl, she gets married and she goes to another house.
Mm.
When she comes to her father's house, she may still say, this is my house, this is my room. She may still say that.
Mm.
But internally, she knows that actually this belongs to my father now.
Mm.
Right?
Mm.
Mm.
But she may still say, oh, then this is my house.
Mm.
But technically, it doesn't belong to her. No? So
Technically, it is,
she may
but still
see,
we
yeah,
stayed
but
for
and
long
she
years.
knows also that it is not like she doesn't know,
Mm.
right? It's not like
But
that
she
she doesn't
stayed,
know.
she was born and brought up
Yeah,
there
yeah,
only.
yeah. I mean, she knows it belongs to her father, but while saying, she may say, "This is my house,"
Mm.
right?
Mm.
But internally, she knows that yes, no, 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 this is my father's house.
Mm.
Yeah. So like that, like that. If we say this thing belongs to me and all that, but internally we know everything belongs to Krishna.
Krishna.
Now, Vamandev asked for 3 steps from Bali Maharaj, right?
Mm.
Bali Maharaj internally was thinking everything belongs to Krishna. So
Mm.
now, if he has come in front of me of Brahmana, so I will give him everything.
Mm.
So he said, take your 3 steps.
But Bali Maharaj knows Prabhuji, his Lord.
Yeah, yeah,
He
he
knows.
knows.
Okay.
He knows. See, Sukracharya told him,
Mm.
I think there is some problem with this boy. He looks small, he looks very effulgent, but I think he's Vishnu and he will trick you. He has tricked my previous disciples.
Mm.
Now it is
Mm.
your turn.
Correct.
So Bali Maharaj was grandson of
Prahalad.
Prahlad Maharaj. So he said,
Prahlad.
no, according to my grandfather, everything belongs to Krishna. And if Krishna himself has come in the form of this Brahmana to ask something from me, I will give. So when he asked, give me 3 steps, Bali Maharaj said, why just 3 steps? You asked much more than that. I can give you. Then Vamandev says that one should not ask more than what he needs. He should be satisfied with what he,
Mm.
with what he can, whatever little he can get, like that. Even if he gets the whole world, he won't be satisfied. That is one of his statement. So anything, the point was that Bali Maharaj knew that everything belongs to Krishna, and now Krishna has come in front, so I'll give it to him. So therefore, his renunciation was complete. Getting?
Mm.
Yeah. So yes, one should understand that actually nothing belongs to anyone. See, Prabhupada makes a statement: nothing belongs to anyone. Then where is the question of renunciation? One who knows that everything is Krishna's property is always situated in renunciation. So if we already know that everything belongs to Krishna, then we are already renounced. But again, there is something that happens. If he knows everything belongs to Krishna, then what he does? Yes, a pure devotee, he knows that everything belongs to Krishna. What is the next thing, immediate thing that he
That
will
he has
do?
to go into devotional service.
Yeah, he will use it in Krishna's service. He won't use it for himself, right?
Mm.
Mm.
See,
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yudhishthir Maharaj, he was given Indraprastha, right? The Indraprastha, the
Mm.
land, which was um, which was a very poor land. But Krishna came along and he said, okay, let me develop it. I have an engineer. I have a contact of an engineer. Aditya Maharaj said, which engineer? He said, he's the engineer of the demigod. I have his contact, special contact I have. So he
Mm.
called Vishwakarma. And within few days, Vishwakarma created a big palace, great opulence. Then Maya Dana, one Dana who was saved by Arjuna, he came, he said, I want to do something for you. Okay, you build this thing. So he built inside a court which was very much mystic. One would not know whether it is water or land or something, and then
Right.
Duryodhan fell in it.
Mm-mm.
So the point is, after doing all this, Yudhishthir Maharaj was amazed. He thought it would take years to build a simple palace also, and Krishna did it in days. So out of gratitude for Krishna, he conducted this Rajsuya Yagya. In that Rajsuya Yagya, the main offering is to be given to the topmost person. And Yudhishthir thought Krishna is the topmost person, so I will give it to him. So this is how a devotee works. He sees everything is for Krishna, so he offers it back to Krishna. So externally people are thinking now he became a king, so he is doing Rajya Yagya. But if you look very carefully, what he did, he gave the main offering at the end of the Yagya to whom?
To
Krishna.
Krishna.
What does that mean?
That everything belongs to you only.
Yeah. So to prove that, he did that. So if we know that everything belongs to Krishna, one will utilize it for Krishna. Since everything belongs to Krishna, everything should be employed in the service of Krishna. This perfect form of Krishna consciousness is far better than any amount of artificial renunciation by sannyasis or the Mayavadi school. So the other sannyasis, they do artificial renunciation. They won't even touch the money. But a devotee, he will touch the money and use it for Krishna.
Mm.
He'll create a big festival out of it for Krishna. ज्ञेने हि ज्ञान सत्य सनित्य सन्यासी यो न द्वेषति न कांक्षति निर्द्वंद्वो हि महाबाहो सुखम बंधनात् प्रमुच्यते. One who neither hates nor desires the fruit of his activities is known to be always renounced. Such a person, freed from all dualities, easily overcomes material bondage and completely liberated. Um, when Bali Maharaj, right, he was bounded by Vamandev, right? Not Vamandev, but Indra. Indra saw that, that he has surrendered to Vamandev. So he immediately came there and he said, I will tie him up. And he tied him. Even after doing that, Bali Maharaj, did he protest? Oh, Vamandev, you cheated me. You asked me three steps and now you took my whole property.
No,
He didn't, he
No.
didn't, he didn't
he
hate
just
the,
gave,
yeah,
gave.
yeah, he didn't protest. So this is the thing. He neither hated nor desired that the fruit of activities, whatever the activity he did, he didn't hate it, right? So he was always renounced. Such a person, free from all dualities, easily overcomes material bondage and is completely liberated. So Bali Maharaj is liberated, right, from this statement?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Not a big one. One who is fully in Krishna consciousness is always a renouncer because he feels neither hatred nor desire for the results of his actions. Such a renouncer dedicated to the transcendental loving service of the Lord is fully qualified in knowledge because he knows that his constant position in relationship with Krishna. So what is his relationship with Krishna? He knows that he is servant of Krishna. He knows fully well that Krishna is the whole and he is the part and parcel of Krishna. Such knowledge is perfect because it is qualitatively and quantitatively correct. The concept of oneness with Krishna is incorrect because a part cannot be equal to the whole. Knowledge that one is knowledge that one is one in quality yet different in quality is correct. Transcendental knowledge, leading one to become full in himself, having nothing to aspire or to lament for. There is no duality in the mind because whatever he does for Krishna. Being thus freed from the platform of dualities, he is liberated even in this material world. Let's see. Okay. We have just 2 minutes left, so let's open up for some questions. Any questions or comments? Any questions or comments?
No.
No,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay. So we can stop here. Next week we'll continue with 5.4.